Keep Jesus by your side, cause the devil trying to fool you. Nico and Janice, what y'all about to stir up? Rumors. We probably need to clear up. Every day is like a challenge. If you're nice like Jimmy Fallon's, try to tip us off the scale, but we believers with balance.
Jesus take the wheel while I'm on my way to work, yo.
Believers with balance, it's not your ordinary church show.
Hey, y'all. What's going on? Welcome to the show. Nico and Janice, Believers in Balance, the after show. Of course, with the Jenkins, Jamar and Sean. It's been a couple weeks, but I feel like anytime we have a little gap in between a couple weeks, yeah, it allows us some time to catch up. We talk through text and messenger and stuff like that, but not get to see each other visually. So this is good. So hello, how y'all been?
Doing good, doing great.
Bro, tired.
Doing amazing.
Yeah.
Exhausted, but amazing.
Yeah.
There's been a couple changes since the last time.
April was the longest year. One.
You said April?
It was the longest year.
I was gonna hit on that because there's been a lot of changes, or some changes that have taken place since the last time we spoke. I don't know if you guys want to talk about that and faith moves that's being made.
Nope. Not so much.
Can y'all hear us? Can y'all hear us? Can y'all hear us? I think the Jenkins are froze. No, I know they're froze, actually.
Yeah, they're froze now. Oh, wow. Okay.
So, yeah, we were going to talk about some things that had taken place and change in their life. I don't know what's going on right now with that's that iPhone.
Oh, Lord.
That's that iPhone plant. Oh, you caught me.
No, not quite. No, it's still not working quite right.
What in
It's okay, though.
What in the iPhone is happening? See, this is one of the moments where I get to kind of pick on other people because they always throwing shots at people who have Androids. And I don't know what
you're gonna live.
Yeah.
You're
So
gonna live right now.
I don't know what's going on with them. I'm gonna take them off and bring them back in. And maybe that'll help. And look, it's loading right now. Thank y'all for tuning in, though. We appreciate y'all. Let's talk about some of the things that's been happening on our show. I want to say, first of all, thank you to everybody who shared, read, responded to the article, and shout out Atlanta. We appreciate you. That I honestly didn't even want to put that up. If I can be fully transparent, didn't want to put it up because it didn't thought too many people cared, to be honest with you. But it taught me a lesson in knowing that, there we go. Uh-oh, my bad. There y'all go. Y'all see us?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what happened. So I was talking to them about the article that we were in, and I was telling them how originally I didn't want to put that up because like it's very funny that I felt that way because probably a week and a half earlier Jamar had an article and I was wanting him so bad to put that up, and me and him had a conversation, and I was like, after we had the conversation, it was pretty much like, yeah, it happened. Now let's get back to work. So that's kind of how I felt, but it made me realize that once I put it up, because my biggest issue was putting it up is I don't really care to have all that attention on me or on us, but it comes with the territory. So it's kind of one of those things like you guys have a full brand. As many days if you guys want to take a break from social media, you don't want to post anything, you want to go ghost, you still have to understand that because of your brand, you have to do those things, and you have to be out and in public and on social media and put a post up when you really don't want to put a post up. So it's like, dang, can I just be? I know this is cool and this is exciting. I don't really want to put this up because it's just bringing too much attention. So I learned that after the response that it got is that there are some people who want to see those moments. There's people who want to see the valleys. There's people who want to see the mountains. And so you got to share across the board if you want people to get you as a whole. So with that, I'm trying to do better, y'all, because I'm so awkwardly uncomfortable with too much attention. Y'all probably don't believe it, but I am. So thank you, Jamar. Our new slogan for this year is celebrate and get back to work.
Well, all right.
Yeah, celebrate.
That part.
Celebrate and get back to work. It's okay to pat yourself on the back, but then keep going. Who in the world? Look. Oh, look. Shalom. Look at there.
Hit him with the angle.
Hey.
Hit him with the angle.
There we go. I tell you, boy, that daggone iPhone ain't
Gotta
working.
do what you got.
Nah, that's the iPhone right there.
First of all,
Here's the
this
thing.
is a Mac.
Oh.
Look.
Learn that.
Oh,
So-
y'all got the pair.
It was the PC that
It
we
was
were
the
on.
PC that was jacking up,
Oh, okay. Well,
See?
So I went and grabbed the MacBook
which MacBook ain't never failed. Ain't never done that to nobody.
because
they ain't never done that. Nobody. But yeah, we so that's my little that's what's been going on with me is how I've been feeling. How you?
I'm semi-booked and blessed. Everything here in Atlanta is kind of like reopening back up as far as the dance scene and everything. So I've been involved in a lot of concept videos and productions, and my own company, Dance for Flowers, is building back up from what we lost from COVID. So I have been running. So it's just, really making sure to balance my schedule and just take time for myself, for my kids, for what's important. But like just kind of adding things back into my schedule after being kind of like just laying low for like almost a year, almost a year. Yeah. So just kind of adding things back onto the plate, but kind of doing it smarter and better this time, and making sure that I'm not working myself too hard and taking time for me.
that is so key. And I'm learning that, like, with all of this craziness that I've had going on the past month and some change, like on the backside of that article Nico was talking about, now everybody wants to talk. And I'm at the point where it's like I don't want to talk to nobody. Like honestly, because a big part of what I'm doing right now is like really personal communication. And so what was happening was I would come home and I just didn't want to talk to nobody. And so I really had to reconfigure how I was doing things, and I'm still in the process of it because they were beating the talk out of me.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, they were supposed about it and everything.
He did. I was gonna say I'm back in the salon doing what I love, and I'm enjoying myself. I'm lashing everybody and cutting hair and making people feel good about themselves, and that's what I've always loved to do. I'm out of a very toxic work environment. I thought, because they were paying me good money to do what I was doing, that it was okay to be in toxic environment, and it was beating the life out of me. And so the month of April was really, really long. We suffered some loss and went through some grief, and
it was really long.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all can hear us because of that PC, but I said April was the longest year of 2020. And true to form, it really was. I am a proud wife. I got to read the article and I was like, that's babe. Like, no, that's my. And it's awesome because this is the things that we were dreaming of when we were in Charlotte and we were in Greenville. Like, it's so much work that needs to be done back home. We don't want to go home to have to do it, but we want to see change in our community, and we want to see our people doing better and owning businesses in the right way. We want to make some Black millionaires, and I really believe that God is going to allow us to see that happen. And so it's an uphill climb, but it's a good one. It's a good one.
I'm gonna touch on that too, because I think when you said home, if I can be fully transparent, recently I said, and I told her this, I was like, sometimes, and I told Jamar this as well. I said sometimes I feel like we should just stop the show, because sometimes you don't feel appreciated back, especially where you're from, right? So you know, to hear you say that, and you guys, I know the story about how you guys was in Charlotte and Greenville, you guys came back, and the struggle it was for you to come back, but you guys came back for a great reason, which was the children, you know, and the family part of it. It's still sometimes difficult to, let's just call it what it is, home in Wilmington, to feel like you get that support. You guys have the brand. Jamar's doing everything you're doing. You went back into the salon. I'm sure you're going to need that extra support to sustain yourself financially, right? To do heads. So it's just one of those tough things that in those moments when you see that article go up with him in it, it just confirms everything that you guys came back for. And that it did the same thing for me when I put that post up. I have a split of my social media friends, especially on Facebook. Charlotte is probably like 60%. No, I'd say Charlotte's like 40, Wilmington is 30, and then Atlanta is the rest. And so I'd be like, it was good to see that the support from home was there, because that's where the show is. And that's the people that we're trying to reach the most, because we can do it anywhere, but that was the place that we wanted to impact the most. So I like the fact that you went back, jumped out of that toxic work situation. You were in an article doing your thing, and then the show is growing and building. And so that's a dope feeling.
You know what's funny, man? I went into church a couple of weeks ago, and it happens more often than I probably talked to you about.
Mm-hmm.
The church and somebody was like, man, I was listening to y'all show this morning. Like, people here really listen to the show.
It's crazy.
And it goes to show, like, I'm always more amazed by the people that never comment, never like, never share anything, but can regurgitate everything that we've done. Because they don't watch from a vantage point of being a critic. They're watching because they're really gaining something.
Yeah.
And even from a standpoint of Bible, because we were talking about this for our VBS thing at church, Jesus left the 99 for the one. And a lot of times we never see who the one is, because the one separates himself from the pack.
Yeah, come on.
They're not talking. They're not in communication. They're not making themselves known that they are the one. And if this show, if this platform, if all of these things that we do, all these entities that we create, if we have 10 entities and the 10 entities were intended to each reach one person, that's a total of 10 people that you've then reached. So instead of leaving the 99 for the one, there's still 99, but you've now captured 10 with your bandwidth.
Come on.
And so a lot of times we will look at it, because honestly, in coming back, man, the Bible says, and Jesus said this, the prophet has no honor in his own home, but we've come home. We've come home and we've seen so much honor, even so much, like with her going back into the salon.
Tell that.
Like, so Sean went back into the salon, and she, like, everything we've done since we come back here, it's testimony time.
Faith. It's been
a big testimony show.
Yeah. It's been big faith.
Just talk about it.
And so we prayed about it, because it wasn't an easy decision to make, because we got 4 kids, a household, a lot of things that we got to take care of. But it was
I was shook.
It was like, okay, going back into the salon. And so somebody gave her the idea to start like reaching out to family and friends. Like, these are the things I need to get my salon space to the place that I want to have it, to be able to do the services that I can provide. And financially, I ain't got all of that, but we don't have all of that to be able to take care of it all. People started joining. She made an Amazon list, and people started joining the list and purchasing things that she needed. Like, people were booking and making appointments. They were in this situations. She was like, nah, well, they bought something off the list, and she was trying to be like, well, don't worry about paying for the service I gave you, because you bought something on my list. 2 or 3 of them, they still paid her on the back end.
All of them. I haven't had anybody come to get any free services. I haven't had anybody reject, take the offer to get free services. Everybody has tipped. Like, and my salon space is amazing, immaculate. Like, it's really crazy. Everything that I prayed for, like I was going to this week to start booking appointments, and in the blank page of my notebook from last week, it said, Lord, please send my shelf. When I flipped the page, he had done it. He's already did last week what I asked him to do last week. So now I need to go forward to what do I need for next week, and what do I need? And it's like that history with God, like he is really in the season of answering prayers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just be faithful to what he gave you. Because, you know, I mean, this is just a gift that he gave me. I've been doing hair since I was 15 on my grandma's back porch. Like, you know, and so I'm just being faithful to what he gave me, and I'm willing to give my gift away. This is what I would do for free.
Yeah.
That's when you know you're operating in your purpose. Because if it's something you're willing to do for free, that you know, that you really enjoy it.
That's crazy. My the president at my job, when we first started talking, a lot of the things that I do now, I told him, like, these are things I do with people for free. And he looked at me and said, well, I think you should get paid for what you do. But we're in a season where passion and purpose are starting to align for many people, man.
Ooh,
And so for anybody who's listening that's debating a big move, because here's the thing, y'all being in Atlanta was a big faith move. I remember when y'all made that move. And it was like, I think we're about to move to Atlanta, and it felt crazy because y'all were starting to be like, really, y'all were getting on in Charlotte. It was like, you know what? But we're going to Atlanta. We don't know nobody. We start from scratch. And what has happened since y'all made that decision? There's people that are going to watch this that are in the midst of making weighty decisions about transition. And my only advice is, it might sound crazy, but Pastor Mike Todd out there in Tulsa, Oklahoma said it's only crazy until it happens. Like,
I've been saying since the beginning of the year, jump off the porch.
Do what God said, yo. Because the four of us are examples of what obedience does.
Yeah. No. I think it's important too that when you do make that jump, yes, it's scary. You know, I think Steve Harvey talked about when you open your parachute, it don't always come out immediately. You know, you might get skinned up by some rocks and stuff, but I think the biggest thing is don't look for validation from your maybe sometimes your closest people. Sometimes your family may not get it, you know, and it's not always for them to get, or sometimes your friends may not get it. It's not always for them to get. I think sometimes when we make those big decisions, we're so wanting the validation of everybody else around us to like, yay, you know, or good for you or whatever else. And if you have it, great. But if you know that that's what God is calling you to do, and it's on your heart and you just can't let it go or shake it, as long as you know God has given you the stamp of approval, that's all that matters. God and whoever you married to, you know, if you're in agreement with them, do it. And don't worry about anybody else.
That's what's up.
I'm gonna say this too. I guess to close it on that part, but I think one of the things that God has been telling me is to, and we talked about this, is to take responsibility of the gift you've been given. So, like, take ownership of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I literally felt that, because right when I was feeling that type of way, I had told you, I was like, God was like, you know, I gave you this. Yeah. It's gonna work out. Completely take full control of this thing, like I know you can, and let me do the rest. So that's what you left your job, Sean, to go back and doing hair. Jamar, all the community things that you're doing, like, we have to take control and fully embody what God has given us. So that goes hand in hand, like what Sean said, jumping off the porch. It's like you got to put your whole foot in that thing and just be like, all right, you said to continue this, or you said to leave that job for this, or you said to move back here for this. I ain't got no choice but to give it all I got, because at the end of the day, I want what you want for me. Right. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Only my child.
Yes.
Oh boy.
So one of our kids, you know, we got this growing group of adopted children.
Yeah.
And the first one is in the comments on my page, and she said, April showers bring May flowers. When we were talking about everything that happened in April and how things have turned around in May. That's so crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy.
That's true.
Not today, Lexi.
And you know, one of my favorite, it was in the Oh my goodness, was it Marvin Sapp? It wasn't Marvin Sapp. It was the one song with Monica, and she said, "You know that flowers blooms when rain falls." And that's one of the models that, as our name is Flowers, last name is Flowers,
Right.
that I always thought. And when I heard it, I was like, man, that is so true. That's a great way to look at things. That when things look bad, I sometimes get excited when things kind of look a little bad, because I know the outcome and depressing and then coming out of it is going to be even better.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can dig that
For sure.
Oh Lord.
I think I don't think there's no other motivation or anything else needed. We done caught up. We done motivated the people.
Can I say something?
I mean, we done said what needed to be said.
Yeah, the petty guy told me to tell y'all, don't take these little raggedy jobs. Look,
petty guy.
The petty guy.
You?
Yeah, I got a petty guide. I got the guide, and then I got the petty side of guide.
I knew what he was talking about.
Oh,
yeah, you know.
Caught it, so I was like,
listen. I love the fact that you went. We were just talking about this. I love the fact that you went back out and got back on your own. I just saw in Target that they are hiring $15 an hour, but then a couple of days ago, I seen Wendy's put up to $10. A huge sign that says up to $10. Listen,
Target been paying $15 an hour though.
Target, oh well, that's great. Mm-hmm. Don't be taking these little raggedy jobs. Y'all deserve more.
But this is why ain't nobody going to work.
Exactly. I seen that sign, man. I said, so Wendy's 3 minutes away. You up 2. That don't mean you're gonna get 10. Up. So you want me to sweat over your little hot grill when I can go to Target
for $8.75, right?
For immediate 15
off gate
in the AC.
Bro,
in the AC,
you know what I'm saying?
Little cute khakis on,
right? Man, listen. So I get excited when people are starting their own businesses and doing these things and taking these leaps of faith. So I just want to say that God told me to tell y'all, don't be taking these little raggedy jobs.
You know what I thought of, and we had a whole different scripture for this, and that's so good. But he said that he's put treasure in earthen vessels, and so just because externally I'm a cosmetologist, I'm licensed out the wazoo. I'm a med tech, I'm a CNA, I'm a phlebotomist, I'm a cosmetologist. I could do your brows and your lashes. I could do your toes and your fingernails. But outside of that, I'm a preacher, I'm a teacher, I'm a prophet, I'm a mother. I mother so many children that I did not birth. Outside of that, I'm so many things and I'm an author. I've written a devotional, and I have books. Is that right?
Okay.
That's not right. Oh, okay. Y'all still on. I just want to make sure y'all were still on there because I couldn't see y'all, but y'all could see me. Okay. But I have books inside. There's so many things, and that's not just for me. That's for everybody. These right here, I make scrubs. It's so many things that we do. There's treasure. If you start to dig inside of yourself, you will unearth all the treasures and gifts. And that's why you don't take the little raggedy job, is because God is giving you so many gifts. You don't just dance, Janice. No, you're a teacher. You're a writer. Write that thing out. Tell people how you went from A to Z so that the next young girl who looks like you with little tight curls that hug each other can know that she can be just what you are. And it's for me, it is about generational wealth. This is what we lost in 1878 or whenever it was 1898. This is what we lost, and it's time for us to regain. Like God said in his word, he told David to pursue, and without fail you will recover all. And this is a season of recovery. So everything that you do that you think is a small thing, if you make toothpaste for your family or grease or gel or hair serum, whatever it is you do for your family, it's not a small thing. It's big in the hands of a big God.
That's
good. So we have to stop looking at ourselves like 878 is where it's at, because it's not. They can't pay me what I'm worth for real. Because there's treasure.
Absolutely.
That's the whole word. Find your treasure.
I love the fact that we kind of went off script today, but I think sometimes it's needed. I'm glad that this conversation was had, and I think I know I feel more inspired and more ready to go out and do more, to continue what we started. All of us, even bigger and better.
Because you never know who the one is that's listening right now that we were assigned to minister to today.
Yep. That could change their life.
Change.
Yeah. I think in the social media age, it's so important to keep that in mind. Like sometimes we do things and we're worried about how many likes it gets, how many comments it gets, how many shares it gets. For me, I move past that where it's like, if it gets one like, that means that one person, that it was meant for them.
Yep.
And that means, and I did, if God told me to post something, I'm gonna post it. And I was obedient to what he told me to do. If nobody sees it, oh well, or if a smaller amount of people see it than what I thought it should be, then the God ain't assigned no number to no thing or whatever. It's like that. It was like, if you put it out there because you're being obedient, and it's who it's for. So even with the article, it was like, let's share it. If it gets one like, great. That means one person was blessed by it,
Hey, but real quick though, them pictures was fire.
Hey, I want to be like y'all when I grow up.
There's a whole backstory. Like that whole day was just a hot mess. So it was nothing but God that them pictures came out the way it did. Because I was injured. It was a whole thing. I had to push through. Like, yeah.
Nico roll his eyes.
I looked at the website and I seen a picture of sis with that white dress on,
looking like that Erica dress.
Yes.
We talked about that.
I was going for Erica Campbell vibes.
We talked about that.
You wanted to be a sexy saint. That's what I said.
Listen, sexy saints, y'all better. This is gonna be a sexy saint summer.
Listen,
okay,
yo,
it's about to be a sexy saint summer.
listen,
huh?
We wasn't about to hop above for this without shouting y'all out, because I think that for our audience in general, people don't know exactly how dope y'all really are. Like, and I really believe that, partly because y'all have mastered being people away from the camera. Like, we know y'all because we're family, but most people don't know exactly how dope y'all are, to the point, like, there's something that hit me while we were talking, and I'm gonna make sure I share it with y'all when we're off of here. But y'all are really amazing, yo. Like, y'all are like the epitome of Black love. Y'all out here killing the game, and I believe that y'all deserve more recognition than what y'all get, and honestly, what Nico will probably receive. But seriously, it's only a matter of time before y'all are acknowledged on the level that y'all are being built for.
I appreciate that. You know me, and so for me to hear stuff like that, it's difficult for me to say. That's what Drake said. It's difficult for him to take compliments, and that's something. And I'm like, that's Drake. For me, I'm the same way, and I'm working on it. I'm trying not to be humble to the point of not acknowledging and feeling blessed by what God has allowed us to do or given us. So I appreciate that. It's so funny because a couple people within the last month has pretty much said exactly what you said, just out the blue. They would just be like, "Hey man, I need to talk to you," and just say some things. So I believe this is a very exciting season.
Yes.
I got confirmation to keep going forward and doing what we were doing. And what you just said really lined up that we got work to do. So it's kind of like celebrate, but get back to work.
Get back to work, man.
Get back to work. Yeah.
I read this on LinkedIn. I'm gonna share this with you. I know we all got to go. Great leaders don't see themselves as great. Great leaders see themselves as human. That was from Simon Sinek. Joseph Conway, who was here in Wilmington, said, "Great leaders often have no clue how great they really are. They're just being themselves. They don't really have time to keep score."
Yeah,
that's facts. That's facts. Yeah. I feel like it's so, like, thank you for the compliments of what you said, and I feel like for me it's gratifying to know that, like, I'm just being me. Like, it's like such a great place to be in, where it's like, well, thank you, because I literally take that as like, well, look at God, I'm just being myself. And that, you know, I'm not trying to be somebody else or be like this celebrity or be like that person. It's like, I'm just going to do me. And if that is well received, then hey, glory to God. So yeah.
Because can't nobody beat you at being you.
That part.
And we fine.
He is.
Hey.
He is.
Well, Lord, let's let
now, Joy. It comes out sometimes. When I say we, I'm talking about all of us. I'm talking about all.
Exactly
that's your light-skinnedness.
Yeah, you know, it peaked out. You know what I'm saying? It peaked out a little bit. You know, listen, I can't wait. We should be home soon. I'm not gonna tell everybody our business, but you know, when we do, I definitely want to get up and do something, not just with y'all, but I'm talking about with the community. So let's make that happen.
Oh, yes. Say less. We're gonna make it happen.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's go ahead and roll up out of here. We're gonna talk to y'all in a little bit.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
We gonna talk about that. No.
We just gonna pop up randomly. We just out here.
We love y'all. We're gonna talk soon. All right.